Hey, Lashpreneurs, on today's episode, we're going to talk about the two questions that you should be asking anybody you're looking to hire. And these two questions are going to tell you a lot about the person. And one of them is quite controversial, I've found, but it's a game changer for you hiring a team that is wanting and willing to grow the business with you. So let's dive in. Whether you've hired a team before or you haven't, or you're considering it, or you just want to know what it might be like, these two questions are going to be essential for you to be able to basically weed out people that are just not going to be a good fit for your company long term. I find that most people, when hiring, just aren't being intentional about what they're creating. And that's fine. You're welcome to experiment as much as you want to learn the hard way, but I like to be more efficient and not spend a whole lot of time learning things the hard way sometimes. So these two questions are going to fall in different parts of the hiring process. Now, in our Society Accelerator program, we teach you a 6-step hiring process and the step-by-steps and what to have in each step. So that would be the job description itself, where to post the job, how people apply, the phone interview questions, the in-person interview questions, all the way to the job offer itself. So that is our 6-step hiring process that we teach you and guide you along inside of that program. And I'm specifically talking about one question in the phone interview and one question in the in-person interview that is going to help you really understand who that person is and if they're a good fit for what you're trying to build. So the first question happens in the phone interview, and the phone interview is really meant to just be a quick little check-in call to make sure there's no like major red flags right off the bat, so we don't have to carve out any of our in-person time to meet with somebody we know is not a good fit. And the question that you ask, and you have to be kind of sneaky about it, is where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Right? And let them talk. Let them share all of their dreams and all of their visions. Because what we're looking for is anybody who says they want to have their own business. Right? They may even share that they have a business, or they take clients over here, or they take clients at home, or whatever. That's good information to know. And here's why I tell my students, and I will die on this cross, that's a no for me, dog. We do not move forward in the interview process with somebody who in an interview shares their intent to have their own business. And I get a lot of pushback from that sometimes, especially from social media people who take it out of context. They're like, you're crushing the dreams of somebody who wants to run their own business. Why is that a bad thing? Hi, I coach people on how to run a business. If they want to go run a business, go run a business. Don't work as an employee when you want to go run a business. So it's not that I'm saying don't do that. But when we're looking at hiring an employee and somebody in an interview is stating, I actually don't want to be an employee, I want to have my own business, then we have to ask the question as to why are you interviewing for a job then? If your goal is to go have your own business, what you doing here? Right? So think about it. Why would somebody applying for a job, doing whatever the job is, say that they don't want the job because they would rather be doing something else? And think, cool, awesome, let me hire you. Because there's, generally speaking, there's two reasons why people bring that up. If they are taking clients outside of that and they're not working for somebody else, or they're a contractor somewhere else, or they're renting a room somewhere else, or they're taking clients at home, why do you think they want you to hire them? What could possibly be in benefit for them? Well, I would say probably maybe a little bit more consistent pay, because they don't know how to market or get clients on their own. So they need a paycheck until they can either build up enough clientele from you to then start taking it home and leave to take with them all the clients that you so generously gifted to them, or they are going to earn a paycheck, get better at their skill set until they can start producing more money in their business, and then they're going to leave anyway. So from a return on investment standpoint of you spending time, money, energy, marketing, pay, all of that on them, is it really that wise to put all of that time, energy, and effort in somebody who's got one foot out the door and is just looking for the best opportunity to leave and go start their own thing? I would think not, as opposed to somebody who knows they don't want to be a business owner and is like invested in the long haul, right? Alternatively, they could be looking at you as the meal ticket. And I know, I hear it too. I get you bleeding heart types that are like, I would love for them to build a clientele and then leave and go open up their shop, and like I help set them up for success, and like, rising tides lift all ships. I get you too. I totally get you too. But you should actually do what I'm doing and be a business coach and actually help people grow businesses in a structured way and get paid for that, as opposed to having that happen inside of your business that you're supposed to be producing sales and profit from them providing services rather than teaching them how to run a business. Because if you're going to build them a clientele and then you're just going to so generously gift it to them, you have actually robbed them from actually being successful. Why? Because if they don't know how to market themselves to build a clientele and the challenges and pain points that come with that, then you have actually crippled their ability to have a successful business. Because you're going to give them a clientele, they're going to go sign a lease, get some contracts in place, get a business license, start taking those clients, and then seasons change, clients drop off, clients move, clients are unhappy. And this person has no idea how to get more clients because you gave it to them. So you would actually be doing them a disservice by giving them any sort of aspects of the business, because they have to learn how to do that in order to have a long-term sustainable growing business, just as you do too. Okay. So anybody in an interview for a job talking about that they want to open up their own business is an automatic deal breaker for me. Red flag, right? I'm not talking about somebody who really wants to work for your team, as a team player, comes in the business, they've been there 2 years, and now they really want to go try it out on their own. Absolutely. By all means, if you've inspired one of your employees to go open up their own business because they just love what you do and they want to challenge themselves, cool, fine. Like, love that for them. Totally in support of you supporting team members moving on and growing and developing. But when somebody is saying that in an interview, you have to question their motivation and intentions. Because most of the time what ends up happening is they're looking for money. They're looking for something to get enough money so they can go out on their own. And they end up hijacking you or holding you hostage, saying, hey, if you don't pay me more, I'm going to go work out on my own. And now all of a sudden you're dependent on them producing $6,000 to $8,000 in sales a month and profit, and your lifestyle is dependent on them producing sales. And you're like, well, I don't want to lose them. They're fully booked and all those clients. I'm going to lose all the clients. So I guess I got to give her a pay raise. And then there goes your profit. So it really is an indicator most of the time if somebody is saying that they want to have their own business in a job interview, that that's not going to work out for you. And you are free to test my theory on that all you want. But I've been doing this long enough and I've worked with enough businesses who have interviewed enough people to know that there's a pattern there. Okay. So the second question that is really gold for you to know what someone's motivations are, what their values are, and how you can best lead and manage them is one of the questions that we recommend you ask in the in-person interview. And that question, it's a beautiful question, is, let's just say it's a year from now and you've been at this job for an entire year and you're driving home feeling so grateful that you've been at this job for a year. What is it that you're grateful for in that moment? Okay, so you're projecting them out to like a year from now. What are you grateful for? What are you most happy about? And what we're looking for here is, where is it that they see the value of this job in their life? Now, if you're getting somebody who's like, well, I'm driving my Mercedes home to my brand new home that I just bought, and like, I just got back from this amazing vacation, and like, oh my God, bougie, 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 bougie. Okay. That would be an indicator that they are only looking at the money that they can get out of this job, right? Not a great sign. And they have unrealistic expectations of what this job is going to be. If they think that they're going to make 6 figures in the first year on your dime, or if they think that they're going to be making more money than you, well, that we might want to put a pause on that, because it may not be realistic. It's fine if they want to think that, but when we're looking at what the reality of a job in your company is, they want to be doing $100,000. They got to be doing like $300,000 in sales to be able to make that much. So just depending on what you pay them, but that's generally not really realistic. So if they say something like, if a year from now, if I love my job and I'm just so happy and I love the team that I work with, and I like, my clients are just amazing, and I'm like, I feel really comfortable and I'm making good money, like, that to me sounds really good. Yes, she still mentioned money, but she's talking more about her feelings of enjoyment from the job itself and the culture and the team and the growth within the company. Those are all really good values that person, we can actually nurture and foster to create that experience for her. So you're getting kind of like a hint or a cheat sheet at what job satisfaction looks like to them. And if it's heavily or only on money, chances are you're never going to be able to pay them enough for them to ever really be happy long term. So might as well not even go down that path, and wait for and find someone that really loves the vision, the mission of the company, the job itself, the team culture, all of those things that we can repeat over and over and over again, year after year after year. So those two questions, the where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years, and it's a year from now, what are you most grateful for if you took this job, and how would your life change a year from now if you took this job today? Those are really great indicators to start to weed out the wrong candidates or the bad apples, and really start to attract in really great team members, your dream team. And if you want to learn more about building a team so that you can live your dream and stop trading your time for money, go ahead and apply for the Lashpreneur Society Accelerator, our business coaching program that teaches you how to hire your first profitable team member or your next profitable team member. You can apply, go to lashpreneur.com/apply, and that will get you a call with me. And we'll talk about your team building goals, your obstacles, your challenges, the things that are getting in the way, maybe some fears or questions you have, and we'll get you kind of clear on what your next steps are. And we can talk about the program on that call as well. All right, that's all I have for you today. Have a good one.